Between the peaks of the Hindu Kush, where the borders of Pakistan and Afghanistan blur into clouds, there lies a hidden world, a valley of whispers, where the old gods have not yet died. Here, in 3 remote valleys, a small people live as their ancestors did, untouched by time, bound to the earth and the sky. They call themselves Kalasha, the people of light. For centuries, travelers spoke of them in wonder, pagans among believers, dancers among warriors. To the outside world, they were an anomaly, but to themselves, they are the last keepers of a forgotten covenant between man and mountain. Long before prophets and empires, before holy books and boundaries, this was a land where every river had a soul, where the world itself was sacred. The Kalash live where rivers of turquoise water carve through stone, 3 narrow valleys in the far north of Pakistan: Bumbaret, Rumbur, and Biria. The air carries the scent of walnut trees, goat's milk, and wood smoke. Here, life flows with the rhythm of the seasons. The land gives, and the people give back, with milk, with song, with sacrifice. To the Kalash, every element of their world is alive. Mountains are ancestors, rivers are veins of the earth. Every tree listens, every stone remembers. Shrines of carved wood stand open to the sky, no walls, no roofs, because the divine should never be confined. Offerings of bread, wine, and flowers rest beneath the wind, returning what life has given. The air feels ancient here. The earth still remembers the steps of forgotten gods. Among the muted tones of the mountains, the Kalash shine like fire. Their clothing, woven in orange, blue, and gold, glows against the stone. Every bead tells a story. Every thread carries the sun. Their language, Kalashamun, is a relic of the ancient Dardic tongue, one of the last echoes of the Indo-Aryan world. When they sing, it feels as if the hymns of Vedic India drift once again through the valleys. Their laughter is their prayer. Their music, a dialogue with the wind. In this world, women walk freely. They dance in festivals. They choose their partners. They speak in councils. To them, joy is a sacred act, not defiance, but devotion. The Kalash believe happiness honors the gods. To live with laughter is to thank creation itself. The pantheon of the Kalash is vast, not written in scripture, but carved in wood, remembered in song. At its heart is Dezau, the creator, unseen, unknowable, watching from beyond the peaks. Around him are the divine spirits who shape the world. Balumain, the rider of horses and bringer of winter, whose return renews life each year. Mahandeo, guardian of warriors and flocks. Jestak, goddess of family and home, the breath of motherhood and love. Inder, the stormbringer, whose thunder shakes the mountain paths. To honor them, the Kalash offer what sustains life: milk, bread, wine, and the blood of goats. But their offerings are not made in fear. They are gifts of gratitude, a reminder that balance must be kept between the seen and the unseen. Their faith is not a doctrine to follow, but a conversation with nature. Each fire, each river, each dawn, a sign that the old gods still breathe. To the Kalash, the world is divided, pure and impure, sacred and ordinary. But purity is not about morality. It is energy, the invisible balance between humans, nature, and the divine. Birth and death are thresholds. Both must be met with cleansing, so the living and the spirits remain in harmony. At dawn, ritual baths purify the soul. At dusk, sacred fires renew the village's spirit. Even death is a celebration. When a Kalash dies, the valley sings, not from grief, but from joy. The soul, they believe, has begun its journey to Dezau's realm, a paradise of meadows, rivers, and eternal light. They carve wooden effigies for the departed, guardians watching over the living. To die here is not to vanish, but to return to the source of all light. For centuries, Islam has echoed through these mountains. It came with kings, conquerors, and missionaries, and settled among the valleys. Some Kalash embraced it, others held to their old faith, and so the mountains learned to live between two worlds. Today, the call to prayer mingles with the rhythm of drums. Mosques and shrines stand side by side, and the people walk quietly between devotion and memory. To the Kalash, there is no conflict. The divine wears many faces, but the mountain remains the same. Yet, the modern world presses closer. Schools, screens, and cities whispering promises of comfort and change. Still, the Kalash remain, walking the narrow bridge between the ancestors and tomorrow. Legends tell that the Kalash are the children of Alexander the Great, the forgotten offspring of his soldiers, left behind in the mountains. Their fair skin and light eyes became proof of that tale, and for centuries the story endured, whispered like a myth that refused to die. But science tells another story. Their blood carries traces far older than Alexander, a lineage of Indo-Iranian tribes rooted in these valleys long before empire or conquest. Yet perhaps both truths hold meaning. For myth is not about fact, but identity. And for the Kalash, the legend reminds them that they come from somewhere eternal, from gods and warriors, from sunlight and stone. In the end, what matters is not where they came from, but what they have kept alive. The rhythm of the Kalash year is written in the sky. Each season is a hymn, a chapter in their eternal dialogue with nature. When winter fades and the snows melt, they celebrate Joshi, the festival of spring. Milk flows like rivers, laughter fills the air, and songs rise with the sun. It is the rebirth of the world. In autumn, they gather for Uchao, a feast of gratitude where they honor the earth for her generosity. Wine is poured, grapes are crushed, the valley dances in the color of harvest, and when the longest night arrives, they welcome Chamos, the festival of fire. Great flames light the hills, calling back the sun from darkness. Masks are worn, chants rise, and Balumain, the winter god, returns once more. For one sacred night, the boundaries blur. The old gods walk among the living, and the world is whole again. Today, the Kalash are no more than 4,000 souls, a fragile thread connecting the modern world to its ancient heart. Yet in their songs, the old world still breathes. In their dances, the forgotten gods still rise. In their laughter, the dawn of humanity still glows. The modern world grows louder each day, its noise drowning the whispers of the sacred. But high in these mountains, a silence still endures, a silence that knows how to pray. Here among the stones of the Hindu Kush, the past has not died. It waits, in the wind, in the flame, in the eyes of a child. The people of light remain, the last pagans of the Hindu Kush, still whispering to the gods of the beginning.